Hi, this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. Welcome to Local King YouTube channel. Today's video, I'm going to show you how I create a shadow stamp. A detail stamp and a shadow stamp, what's different between those two stamps. And also the plate, they are coming soon. So today's video is going to be the last video. I'm showing you how to create a stamp, the drawing part. And then later on, I am going to show you how to really make a stamp from the machine, the trimming, vulcanizing. And then after that, I'm going to show you how to design a die cut. So hopefully the plates will arrive Thursday or Friday, but before that I'm actually going to show you a little bit something that I was doing before I start Local King Rubber Stamp. It's going to be very interesting. So if you don't want to miss any Local King's YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe the YouTube channel and turn on the little bell, so that way you will not missing any new tutorial when they are available to view. Okay, so let me switch this to our computer screen, and I'm going to show you step by step how to create a shadow stamp and what's different between the shadow stamp and the detail stamp. Let's start it. Hello. So I'm going to show you how to create a shadow stamp, and I am using most of the time I use three different kind of program. One is called the Sketching Book Pro, and the one is Adobe Photoshop, and the one is Adobe Illustrator. So for designing the stamp, most of the time I just switch the two programs. I switch to Sketching Pro and the Photoshop. These two programs, and then when I do the die cut, I usually to use Photoshop and the Illustrator. I have created a lot of tutorial, and if you haven't got a chance, make sure you check our DVD library. There is a lot of nice ideas that you will enjoy. And also once when I finish the tour of how to make a rubber stamp, I am going to show you the studio and how I create all my video. So you don't want to miss that. Okay, so today that's just I'm going to share my screen. Okay, and I'm going to show you, okay, how did I design a shadow stamp. So let's do this. Open the file here. Okay, so okay, you can see on the computer screen, on the top is kind of a black image with a white outline. This is what we call the shadow stamp. And then on the bottom is just the black outline. This is what we call the outline stamp. And then my previous tutorial, I have explained what's different with the detail stamp and the outline stamp. So there's only like three stamps on the market: shadow stamp, outline stamp, and the detail stamp. The detail stamp, the difference between detail stamp and the outline stamp is detail stamp have a kind of shading area. The outline stamp is just like a black outline. There is no shading area. And then I'm going to show you what's different and how I created. Okay, so that's look at this one. So I have created a few different tutorials already from the beginning to the end. Okay, so you probably already see how I start my sketching, right? So this is the sketching. When I just start the sketching, I use just a pen and do a rough sketching. And once when the sketching is like a layout, everything is settled, I start to do the detail drawing. Okay, and because this is the shadow stamp, it cannot have the shading area. It's only black and white. So the different stage from the rough drawing and a little bit more detail, and until this part, this is just outline, and you can see it's different with the shadow because it's different between the detail stamp because they don't have the shading area. Okay, so next After I create the outline, like I did all the outline drawing, and then we use the Photoshop to change to the shadow. So you can see this is just like a shadow. There is no white outline. So if you just, and I'm going to show you the difference. So a lot of the company, their stamp is like the shadow. They don't have a white area. And then remember, any black area, when you ink any color, that will be the place they pick up the ink. So when I create this shadow stamp and I use eraser, I start to drawing the line. So just a quick browsing first, and I have a document the other stage to show you what's different. Okay, so from the shadow, and I use the eraser, kind of erase the outline. It's very important because sometimes the outline have to be a bit thicker, sometimes outline have to be a little bit thinner. So this is what's the last stage of the shadow stamp. See, we can see these two. These two. See, like these, the whale shark, the dotting area, and like the octopus, the pattern, the angelfish, the jellyfish. You can see the outline, right? So just give you a little bit idea how did I do that. So I usually just use eraser or like a white pencil. So instead of we drawing the outline, I actually erase. Okay, so I actually erase the outline. I mean, erase the white area. So you have to think kind of reverse, because the black area is going to be the color. Okay, so that's how I come out with all those white dotting, something like this. Okay, so the white area, that's the place they will leave white. They when you see the rubber stamp, the white area is reversed. It is go in. So when you ink, they will not pick up any ink. Okay, so and then let's move on to the next. So that's what it look like after I add all white outline. Sometimes some area have to be a little bit thicker. Sometimes some area have to be a little bit thinner. And then so each different object will just present different way. Okay, so and then let me show you the other one. You can see probably a little bit better in this view. Okay. So that's three different kind of combination. The first one is just a black. There is no detail. And the second one, I kind of slowly add a little bit detail. And then the last one is the final project for the shadow stamp. Okay, and then the next. So I am going to explain to you when we add the color. Okay, so on this screen, the first one, okay, you can see the first image, like this one, there is no white outline, right? So your black image should be something like this one is the, okay, so kind of compare. When you don't have a white outline and then you use a color, that's what it look like. Basically, you just have the shadow. Okay, and then the next one, I add a little bit outline. So that will be this one. Okay, so let's do a little bit smaller comparison. Okay, so you can see the left and the right. So that give a little bit white. So compare with this shadow with a little bit detail. And then the final one. So I used the same color to show you what's different, right? So you can see that's exactly the same color. And then once when you know how to use the shadow stamp, you add more color, and that's what look like. Okay, and then I am going to show this one. Okay, so that's what's the difference between the shadow stamp. Shadow stamp is just a reverse image. The outline is reverse. If you take a look at your rubber stamp, the outline is reverse, is go in. So when you ink in the shadow stamp, the outline doesn't pick up color. They are stay white. And then so that's what's different between the shadow stamp and the detail stamp. Okay, there's more I want to show you. So these two, you can see if you don't have a shadow stamp, okay, so on the top is the shadow stamp, on the bottom is the outline stamp. If you don't have the shadow stamp, and then when you color with color, this is what you get. Like I say, all the black area when you see, and then they are the place to pick up the ink. So you can see on here the shark and you know, the manta ray, the octopus, only the outline they pick up the color. But if you have the shadow stamp, that's what's different. See, when you have the shadow stamp, the outline is white because they are reversed. That's what's different between the shadow stamp and the outline stamp. If you want to use the markers to color the stamp to get the best result, you got to have the shadow stamp. And then because the shadow stamp does the detail, you don't really have to worry about, you can just give a little bit shading and then they will turn out like this. Isn't that awesome? So you can just use your marker, and local case marker is awesome because they can be blending directly on the rubber stamp, and you don't have to worry about the Runio marker. And then there's one more, and I'm going to show you. So we can add a little bit background. Let me see if I can find that file here. Where did that go? Okay. Okay. So this is the one I kind of just play with the computer. You can see this is the one that I just color everywhere. And then this is one of the new background, is a crow background. And I kind of just use the computer to give you an idea what's look like. And then the next few video, I'm going to show you how to make a rubber stamp first. After I finish rubber stamp, show you how to make a rubber stamp, I'm going to show you how I do the design for the die cut design. The die cut design is interesting. It takes hours to do all the graphic work, but for me, it's kind of like a therapy because like some people they like to do the doodling. Some people like to do the puzzle, but for me, tracing the outline when I create those nice smooth outline, it just make me feel relaxed. So that's what's different between the shadow stamp and the detail stamp. And hopefully after this tutorial, after today's video, it gives you some kind of idea. Next time when you want to purchase the rubber stamp, you know what is different between the shadow detail, outline stamp, and the detail stamp. It doesn't make a difference for your result. So the stamp like a shadow stamp, you know, the kindergarten, like the kids can do it. My youngest customer is 4 years old. The oldest one is like, I think, not oldest one. Well, yeah, the oldest one is like 90 years old. And then it's just so easy because if you can hold the markers, you can do it because there is no outline. If you only have the regular outline stamp, you have to spending the time to color in. So you have to like stamping the outline and then use your marker, watercolor to color in. That's kind of fun too. Some people find out coloring is relaxing, but for me, coloring is torture because when I was a kid, I'm the kids that always get into a trouble because I'm the kids never color inside the line. I just like go. So hopefully that explains everything, and I hope you like this today's video. And today is the Wednesday 26th, And I really hope the plates are right. So maybe in Friday, I am going to start to show you what's the plates look like and what kind of procedure to make a rubber stamp. And before that, we are going to have a little side tour. I am going to show you some of my other work before I start rubber stamp business, something I used to do. And it's kind of craft to you probably you might interesting. So that's today's video, and this is Lisa from Low Cooking Rubber Stamp, and thank you so much for your comment. And I found a lot of you have a very interesting other hobby too. So it's good to have a hobby and keep you busy, keep you safe, stay at home, stay safe, and see you soon. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.